Welcome back to the grind. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit more about the instant breed feature. I do believe that this is a valuable feature to have. It saves a ton of time, and I know there is some concern about whether or not it is more costly, but it really isn't, and we'll go into details on that. And there are some ways that you can use it more effectively if you care that much. Basically, if you're using a breeding guide, it should tell you the amount of tokens it's going to take to breed a certain dragon. And the number that it shows is the average because it is a little bit random. It's not perfect. Kind of like when you open chests, there's an average amount that you will get of certain items. Now, if you hit a run where you get less of one thing and more of another, then that may be good or that may be bad. And the same works with breeding. You may have more egg fragments of the dragon you want within a certain period, but then later on you'll get less. And so you can end up breeding a dragon for cheaper than the average or more expensive than the average. Or you'll breed the first half and you'll actually spend much less, but then the second half it costs a lot more. Now, this randomness is taken out of the equation when you use the instant breed feature. So if you're okay with paying the average or expected cost, then you can use the instant breed feature and instantly get the dragon at that cost. If you want to try to beat the system, you can keep track of how many egg fragments you should get at each certain point. And if you end up getting a better ratio, say for example, you spend less than half the amount of tokens to get half the amount of fragments, then you're ahead of the game. And at that point, you can use the instant breed feature to get the rest of the fragments at the average of that remaining half, rather than risking the chance of hitting a streak of bad breeds and getting less fragments during that time. So if you really care and you want to maximize it and save maybe a couple thousand tokens, then you can do that and hope you get lucky, but you may end up starting off with a bad run and then not catching up unless you wait a long time and breed most of the dragon. I'm just going to keep using the instant breed feature because I think it's very valuable. My time is valuable and I'm happy paying the average, not risking spending more than I need to. Plus, when I do my events, I calculate out how many tokens I'm going to spend, so knowing exactly what I'm going to spend is a little bit more convenient for me. So now let's look at this in-game. So you can see here, you go into the breeding, you select the pairs you're going to use, and then on the bottom left there, you can hit instant breed. You still can breed the other way if you'd like to in the middle there, but this way you can click on each egg and see how many tokens you'll have to spend to get each one. If you want just the emerald, if you want the obsidian, or if you want to go all the way like I do, it'll show you how many breeds it'll take, and then on the right, how many tokens it'll cost. Unfortunately, you can't just enter the number of tokens, which would be a lot more convenient. But anyways, that's the instant breed feature. I do believe that it is beneficial. So let me know what you think. We'll see you in the next video.